Oh god, everything's so much more complicated. And I think the music is a bit loud. I pull it down to there. Hello, hello, we are here. I hope my voice is not here. Okay. It's fine. I hope everything's okay. I hope everything's working. The music is way too low, I just realized. Why was it so loud at the start? Let's do that. Warum geht das Coin nicht gut? Statement, please. Maybe there's a fly on my microphone. Go away. Okay, maybe because I'm also not well, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not sick, but I'm like, I could get there, but I'm not. I can't explain it. It could be that the weather will get a lot warmer, so that's why Koi is not vibing with it. Oh, okay. Let me quickly explain what we're doing today. We are rewriting. Oh, we are okay. No, we are not rewriting. We are starting a Stargate Atlantis Rewrite because season 5 disappointed me. So I'll just start writing down some ideas because who would I be if I wouldn't start a new rewrite every year? So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go through some ideas. I'm just going to write down some stuff. So I started thinking about this like Sunday afternoon, and since then I have I see the name. It's fine. I'll get to that. Since then I've not written down anything. I only prepped this doc which has nothing in it. There I have like these headers here on the side. I put those in. And I have these names to which we'll get later, and I have like my general header things. The names are for way later, if we even need them. So I didn't write anything down. I just like thought about some things, so I figured a little bit of stuff out. But there's like a big problem between Stargate Atlantis and other rewrites that I've done or started. So like I almost finished a Miraculous rewrite, and I started a Voltron Legendary Defender rewrite, and the thing with both of those shows is that the starting point was fine. There was a clear goal in the end, and I just had to fill in the middle and like kind of limit it a bit, because both shows definitely suffered from getting renewed for another season over and over and over, and Stargate is not exempt from that. But the thing with Stargate Atlantis specifically is there is no goal. Within the entirety of the 5 seasons, I was not able to find a goal that goes beyond kill all the race, which is not a goal I can really agree with. So we'll have to figure something out for that. In regards to the, I can read the chat messages after 2 minutes. Dark Blue ausprobieren, ich habe keine Ahnung, aber egal. Viel wichtiger ist Kian Carlyle. I will get to Kian Carlyle when I start writing down ideas, but I like wanted to say the right name because I could not keep it in mind, and the name looks way more difficult than it actually is. But I will get to that. Another thing I will do, because laptop limitations and all of that stuff, I will have the Stargate wikis open on my tablet here on the side, on my desk, because I hope I won't have to check for much, because basically with main... Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, I can't press that button. That's not good. That's another problem when I want to do stuff in the docs. My hotkeys do not agree. So that's unfortunate. Can I figure something out for that now? No. Okay, great. It's fine. I'll just be perpetual. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, this is how it starts. This is how it starts, isn't it? Brauchst einen weiteren Laptop, woran du arbeitest und captures den wie die Switch über HDMI ab. Yeah, if it would be that easy. There's still a laptop here that could technically be fixed, but like we've not been able to, so I might have to look back into that if this actually is fun for me. Kleinen Laptop. Ich kann mir keinen klauen. Hier sind zwar so viele, aber ich kann mir keinen klauen. Okay, I retract my statement. I am only able to press like 3 of my 8 hotkeys without destroying something. So I think I'll be stuck on neutral smile for the entirety of the stream, which is fine. Right now I'm on neutral, which is also fine. I'll just stay here until we're actually starting up. But, where was I trying to go? I just write down ideas. With a big part of the later plot points, I'm like, I don't want that. I like considered it, and the longer I kept thinking about some of the plot points, I'm like, I just recycled that. And okay, what I'm trying to get is Stargate Atlantis is not a bad show, but I can very clearly tell they did not know when it would end. And a lot of their good ideas are spread out over the 5 seasons instead of like having a strong foundation from the start. Like the first SG1 season is very good. It's a strong foundation. So like that works well. But the Stargate Atlantis first season is very weak, and there are like some things that happen within season 2 already where I'm like, nah, that's not, there would have been other options. And so I will just do this how I feel like it would be good, how I see it as well. And we will start very simply with so the thing is, Stargate Atlantis has 5 seasons, right? And 5 seasons is a lot, but I think that 5 seasons is good. So I will write down 5 seasons that way, because it just works, I guess. Oh, no, that way, okay. And I also have to, because the other thing is, because I removed plot points, there are certain characters which would usually go away, which now don't. Aber mal wieder kleine Hänger. Ich glaube, hier drüben ist alles in Ordnung. Also könnte es von Twitch sein? Tonlich oder bildlich? That is an important distinction. I will carefully continue because everything here is looking okay. Streamlich, also Stream hängt hin und wieder. Insgesamt. Okay, dann ist es wahrscheinlich doch eher ein Twitch-Ding. Which is very rude, I might add. It feels like sabotage. Again. There's a fly in front of me. Could you please not? No, now it's on my end. Goodbye. It was nice to spend time with you. We've done so much. Now that was on my end. I can tell you that. Okay, everything's green. The number of dropped frames is not increasing. Jupp, jetzt kam Bild auch in Freezer, wenn Audio normal war. Yeah, okay, great. So my theory is right. We can actually differentiate if the problems are from Twitch or from me, because my problems, unless I'm like gone, are only visual and not very auditory, I think. I'd have to check like the very broken stream again. But Twitch problems are like everything. Okay, I continue. I keep an eye on the bit rate. And on the dropped frames. But we'll just very carefully continue. Maybe MGM, was that the company? Doesn't want me to do this because they realized that my ideas might be better than theirs. Also, the other thing is, I know that there are like novel. It's going down again. Okay, you can't. This can't be. You. Come on. I want to start talking about the novels and the connection breaks. Coincidence? I think not. I will try that again. I know there are novels which go further into the origin of the race, but I've not read them. I also know there are comics which kind of continue the story after season 5, which I've also not read because it is going down again. Hello? Hello? Twitch! Twitch! Return! To me! I'm here. Halt die Anwälte bereit, ja. Zuhoffelnheit. I don't think I can be an Anwalt today. Okay, I will disconnect the tablet. Maybe that will do something. I won't need it for now. I probably write names wrong, but that's okay. And I'm pretty sure you can hear my mouse clicking. We just have to deal with that. Hello? 1,000 dropped frames! Woo! And it continues. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich dir zuhören darf oder nicht. Ich glaube, Twitch will nicht, dass man mir zuhört. Okay, I just won't talk about the other stuff, which has like confirmed lore stuff, because I haven't read it, so I will ignore it, because that's just how I do it. Like for Miraculous, I stopped watching in season 4. Na, hat es sich nun? We'll see. Song of the week! Oh! Oh, that's what I forgot. Oops. Yeah, okay. You see, Justice is the other thing is I don't have a song of the week. Actually, I don't. Because I've just been listening to Epic the Musical the entire last week. Along with Justice, so I don't really have a song of the week. I have like a concept album of the week, which isn't even finished. There's only half of it is out now. I should change that for the next stream. 1 second. Wait. Okay, now I am slightly convinced that I might indeed be getting sick. Are you at the connection? Connection? Stay connected. You have to go to the other green. Not this green, the other green. Go to the green. The other red, I should have said. Yeah, we're halfway there. Please continue. Upwards. You have to yeah, exactly that way. Thank you. You have to go to the colder color. Also bei mir hängt es auch, obwohl du nichts tust und einfach still warst. No, you have to go to the colder color, not the warm one. Go to the cold color. Colder. Colder. You have to... Bitrate, you have to go to the colder color. The one... That one. Yeah, you have to stay there, please. Thank you. You have to remain there. Okay? You have to stay there. And you have to remain there. And that's what you have to hold. Okay? Okay? Okay. Very good. Alright, I just continue writing stuff down. Okay. So what I want, we'll just start here. What I want to keep is what do I want? Wait, I have a question. If I do this. Okay, that works. I take that. Hold the green! My sources say no, Koi, you're supposed to help me here. That's like your entire existence. Maybe I have to restart again, or maybe I have to give up. I'm not sure yet. Also say yes, lag, yeah, that's just... I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I'll say we'll wait until we hit 30 minutes. And if it's still that bad, then I might restart the router and we'll try again. And if it doesn't fix itself after that, I might just have to give up again. Which is unfortunate. But I'll just write things down now very carefully because we don't have a lot of moving parts anyway. And if it's on my end, it's mostly the pictures that are not working and the audio is like fine as far as I've seen. So I try, I guess, but that's also what I just said is mostly applicable if it drops a little bit and then comes back, and not when it drops that much and then comes back. What did I want to write down? That is a beautiful question. I want to write down the storm and the eye as season 1 mid final thing. Okay, and then what I actually want to do is what was it? I forgot the name of the episode. Common Ground. It's not Underground, it's Common Ground as season 1 final, which sounds crazy. But hear me out. I promise it will make sense because it's stupid. It's stupid that Todd was introduced so late. Gerade geht's. Wenn es jetzt gleich wieder abstürzt, dann schiebe ich die Schuld auf dich. I want Common Ground as the season 1 final because I think the season 1 final is too much for a season 1 final. Übernimmst du meine Schuld? It is certain. Is that fraud? It feels like fraud. Fraud. What else do I want to keep? That's like bigger. I want Mr. Woolsey. Is that his name? I don't know how his name is spelled. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Woolsey. I think that's wrong if the bitrate drops that much. Then I probably wrote his name wrong. Which is unfortunate. I just keep his name like that because I don't know how else to spell it at the moment. What else do I want to keep? Actually, wait. I have to open another thing. Because there are a lot of questions which I have to let me throw that. No. Here. things to figure out. I can type, don't worry. Because there are some things that we have to figure out, which I will now... Let's take 4. I think 4 is good. Or we could take 3. No, 4. Okay. A. Atlantis. We have to figure out what's going on with Atlantis, because there are a lot of questions that I have. Which don't make that much... there are a lot of things which I feel like would make sense, which have never been discussed in the show, so I kind of have to just make shit up, I guess. Race, culture, and biology. Or anatomy. Wait. No, let's go with anatomy. That's anatomy. Because... Culture? Nope. Stop it. Culture. And... I don't... Okay. What I mean with anatomy... I mean... feeding, reproduction, which we won't go into detail on because it's not important, and it's just a yes or no question, basically, the reproduction and the culture. So feeding, because okay, what I thought about yesterday about the reproduction part is that the race have the drones, right? Which are basically just bodies that are mind controlled by the other race. What I thought about the reproduction thing is that based on the proportions that we have seen, there are more likely more male race being born than female race. And we could probably say that there's like some logic to it. I would have to look into like hive insects stuff, which is another thing which I will sub into culture. Social behavior, because we severely got robbed of race culture in the show. So what was my... So my thought process was, because the queens have like so much to do on the ships and like with having multiple hive ships and whatnot, that if there is a young race, that young race would probably be raised more likely by a male race than by a queen. And the one time that we did see a young race, I'm pretty sure she was with other male race. So there's like that kind of aspect. And wait, I have to do another subcategory over here, which will be... there's a word for what kind of genes decide like hair color, eye color, skin color, that kind of stuff. Is there a name for that? I'm pretty sure there is, but I can't remember right now. I want to include that because there are very clear distinctions. I forgot the word. I'll write in visual genetics for now, in parentheses, just so we, just so I know what's going on, and so like everything else kind of makes sense. And the thing is, okay, another thing that I did last year, which last year, the year before that, I don't remember. I didn't start in Stargate Atlantis Rewrite. What I did do was start a story that is based on Stargate Atlantis. And like my headcanons in relation to that. But that doesn't really apply here at all. So I have to like think around that a bit. Another thing that I want to do with Atlantis is food sources. Because I think it's stupid to assume that there are no fields/farming in Atlantis. Considering that it's a pretty self-sufficient city, so like I can understand if the farms are like dead after 10,000 years, you know, that would make sense, but if they are stuck there, it would make more sense to have, I don't know, the Athosians stay in Atlantis and work on the fields. If that's like the thing that they do. So I just note that down and I need another sub for characters. Actually, I don't think I'll include any new characters, to be honest. Characters. And then Mr. Woolsey can go down here. I don't think I'll include any new characters because it just doesn't... It's not really necessary. There are definitely some people that I want to move over or keep in, but I don't... I just start writing down people, I guess. Just so we get a feel for that as well. I think it would make the most sense if I just start with the names. Okay. Who are the main characters? First question. Which is a stupid question to ask, but I'm like generally thinking about who is the main character. You're the main character, I am the main character. In this stream, I am. I'll start with Dr. Elizabeth Weir. No, this way. Okay. I don't remember which character we first meet in the first episode. So, and we have Major John Shep. Wait. No, I can write his name, don't worry. But he has like this... No. That's how his name is spelled. I don't know why there are like 4 different spellings for Shepard. I don't understand it. Dr. Rodney McKay. Okay, that was weird. I'm thinking. Wait, sorry, I forgot like all of his... I forgot all of his, like, I forgot his first, Aiden. His first name is Aiden. But I don't remember his rank. Is he a lieutenant? How do you spell lieutenant? No. He's a loot. He's a loot until I figure out how you spell lieutenant. I cannot say what I just wrote, but you have to read. I will not further comment on that. I think that's right. Sounds about right. Okay. I'm not sure what I want to do with Colonel Sumner. I think he's important enough. Sieben Thumbnails erstellt wie in den good old times, also vor ein paar Monaten. Yeah, I can relate to that. I did 3 yesterday, which were a bit more complicated. I put too much work into them. Okay, we will keep Colonel Sumner in mind. I just put him up here in Colonel Sumner. No. Because he's not with us for long. Taylor? Wait, no. Taylor. Imogen? No. Imogen? Nope, I wrote it wrong. No, I'm pretty sure she's spelled with an E, so I think we can ignore this. From the Athosians. Now, the other question is, I don't want to only get Ronan in the second season. I really want to get him in season 1. Somewhere between this. Runner in season 1. Also, okay, this is a question I don't want to risk to check, but I think Major Lorne wasn't in the original expedition. So it will probably make more sense to include him later. So I'll just do a little break here, okay? I'll just do a little break and we'll just... That was a little bit too much of a... Why? Hello? Huh? I don't understand why this is doing it. Again. Hello? What are you doing? Oh. Thank you. Not that hard, is it? Was für ein Pinselfleck habe ich jetzt auf das Thumbnail gemacht? Schaut genau hin. Ah, Bildschirm ist so schmutzig. That's also very relatable. Okay. Who do we want later? Where did I put... Wait. Oh. Mr. Woolsey's down here. Mr. Woolsey. Mr. Woolsey, come up here. You belong with the others up here. Thank you. Mr. Woolsey. Richard. His name is Richard. Richard. Then we have Major Evan Lorne. I don't know what the... Was ist das Kürzel für Major? MIJ? Wahrscheinlich. Ich frag trotzdem mal. Oh, Chuck! No, I forgot Chuck! I'm a terrible human. Chuck. Als ob ich das wüsste. Weißt du es ja. Also, that looks right. We'll do that. I don't know what his first name is. What's Chuck's first name? Offizier, der den Dienstgrad eines Majors innehat. Abkürzung M. Much. Major. We'll do the M-A... J, because otherwise I will get confused. Oh, I don't remember Peter well. I want to keep Peter in it, so Peter also goes up here. Peter! I don't know his name anymore further than Peter. Evan Lawn. Then... who else? Amelia Banks. I really like Amelia. I think they had big plans with Amelia, judging from the season 5 final, and then they didn't get renewed, so it's really sad because I think there was like a lot of potential there. Also, actually, now I can talk about it. Now I switched to this. Now I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of the stream. Because of things that I'm taking out, which are mostly the Assurance, apparently, or the Replicators, to be more specific. Elizabeth Weir will stay. Which means, and I really don't want Carter in this. I feel like that was... okay, a lot of the decisions in Stargate Atlantis, I think, were very much caused by the personal life or the personal choices of the actors. So they had to like kind of fill in the gaps in between and like write things into the show, or like make decisions between writing things into the show or keeping a character out of the show for a while. So I want to keep Elizabeth Weir in it because I think she was the best leader for Atlantis. But what I want to do, where then Kane Carlisle comes in, is that I want to keep Weir as the leader of Atlantis, of the expedition, but then also bring in Woozy as like a second leader that they have to like cooperate. And the idea for that came actually from Ian Carlisle, because he does like these show recaps. He like watches Disney Channel shows and recaps the plot and talks about it, which are very nice videos that run like on the side. But what he talked about with, and I'm sure the show has a German name that I can't remember, The Suit Life of Zack and Cody, and The Suit Life on Deck. What he talked about was that the mother of the twins was like a guiding authority figure and like explained things to them and helped them grow into people and all of that stuff, while Mr. Mosby, the hotel manager, was like more of a strict authority figure and was like, don't do that, don't do this, etc. And so what I would like, what came to me was like, that would be really interesting to not only still have Weir in Atlantis, but also have Woozy coming in and having them kind of clash, which would obviously cause more tension. But I think that could kind of work, especially if we split Atlantis into different sectors, because Atlantis is already split into military, civilian, scientists, technicians, and medical personnel. So having these 5 sectors split between Elizabeth and Woozy would make sense, especially if Elizabeth takes on the outer world activities with like the military and the scientists, and Woozy takes care more of the medical staff and the technicians, and I don't know what we're gonna do with the civilians, but that's something that we can also figure out. My first thought was that Woozy takes care of the civilians that are part of the expedition, and Elizabeth takes care of the civilians that come from the outside, like the Athosians. So that could maybe work out, but I'm also not 100% sure about that. But that was like the first idea that I had, because I like Woozy. I hate him, but I like him. So I think having Woozy in would be pretty okay, actually. Also, I completely forgot to write Todd in here. The Wraith. So just to do that. Also, can I say, as a non-native English speaker, Wraith was such a good name for the race, but then I found out that it's a synonym for ghost, and I was like, it's okay, but there could have been a bit more work put into it. Wait, actually, I forgot to write down a question here. Let me do... No, let me... How am I going to do this? This way. What type of life energy do they... No, hello, take the life that has been lived, or the life that hasn't been lived. And what I mean by that is that it is never specified. Okay, so I tried to like look into... While I didn't write down any ideas, I did look up some things, like with the replicators, which doesn't make any sense at all, with and also with the race. And the only thing that we have about the race is like we have 2 official concept sketches of severed arms, which is debatable. We have 1 picture where I don't know where it comes from, which like roughly describes what the race do. And we have an anatomical study of the feeding organ from a DeviantArt user. And that's like all that I could find quickly. And so we never get specified if the life force that the race take is the life that hasn't been lived yet. Like if someone is 40 years old and they would naturally live to 60, do the race then take 20 years of that person? Or do they take the 40 years that have already been lived? Which is like, this question is very odd, but then like there's another thing that we never really see or mentioned, that they feed off children and that they rather like steal the children or leave the children, which also makes sense because otherwise when they come back there wouldn't be any more humans on the planets. But there is this question of how do they feed? What do they take? Because that is never specified. And I also don't really know what to do with that. So I'm just going to leave that question there. And we'll check back in at a different time. And okay, with the social behavior, actually, I'm going to elaborate on this. With the Voltron rewrite, I looked a lot into community ideas, like headcanons of people and some fan fiction. And I'm probably so I have read Stargate Atlantis fanfiction, so if I come up with any idea that someone has read in a fanfiction, I probably read it too and just forgot. But what I specifically, a connection that I made between the race from Stargate Atlantis and the Gyra from Voltron Legendary Defender is that there was a headcanon from someone in the Voltron fandom that was like, what if the Gyra are like very social species and isolating them makes them aggressive, which is why there are so few on each ship. And I think that could also very well apply to the race, because the race are a combination of the Iratus bug, which is a hive animal. We've seen the nest, there were hundreds of them in there, and humans, which are notoriously social. We literally die if we don't have social contact. So seeing that that we've only seen like 5 rays that aren't drones on a given ship, I would argue that this thing of there are few of them, they are isolated, that makes them more aggressive, might be something that the queens are using to their advantage. Which would obviously also damage them, but that's maybe a damage that they are willing to take on. So I would like to explore this idea of race being really social among themselves. And like, honestly, that would also explain why they partially keep humans with them. Because if they can't have other race on them, but they are still social and humans are like the closest thing they can get, besides being a snack, basically, having the humans on the ship could like mimic the social connection that they need, like function, I guess, to some extent, while not fully filling that up because the race probably still behave very differently from the humans, to which I will get later, because I have a personal headcanon that I really like, which doesn't make that much sense, but I think it could make sense for this. Which is specifically that their hair is very important. We've never really gotten a confirmation if it's actually hair or something else, but I'm just going to assume that it's hair because that's how it's like been presented throughout the show. And what I mean by that is that we've seen rays with open hair, with like just open straight hair, whatever, and we've seen rays which oftentimes were rays that looked older, that had more braids in their hair, that had more braids, more little stuff, more decoration basically. And I think the queens as well often had the hair like pinned back partially. So I would like to argue that the race social structure could be reflected in their hair, and that hair is like a very important cultural social connecting point, and that it's kind of like if their hair is like long and open, they are very low in the hierarchy, but if they are like very up in the hierarchy, they have like decorated hair, braids, maybe like specific hair decorations of like jewels and that kind of stuff. And that like a social coming together thing could be that they like sit together and like braid the hair of one race, and then when that is finished they go over to the other race, and it's kind of like a hive group activity basically. I would really like that, honestly. Just like, it's a thing that I also did in my like Stargate Atlantis adjacent story. But I just really like that idea because it would also, it opens up this possibility of reading the hierarchy of the race without having to like have them say anything or having to ask, which would be especially interesting with Todd, because Todd like didn't have a hive, then he did get a hive, then he didn't have a queen, and he had to kind of lie about that. So there's like a lot of aspects that could play into that, which would be really interesting. So I really want to keep the hair in here as a factor, at least. Not air, hair. Thank you. Because I just like that. I just like that idea. And with the culture as well, I'm like, because culture usually consists of art, which is then further split into like drawn stuff, built stuff, and music. But then you also have like food, like cooking, which the race don't have a lot of. I'm not sure if we should include that at all. But like still the music, the art aspect, I don't know why, but I keep thinking about like not, there's definitely a word for it. It's definitely a thing in some not German, of culture, of like theater, but without talking or singing, like just like, I don't know, ballet theater, but like I don't, there's definitely a word for it, but I keep thinking about like dance theater basically, which is probably very weird, but I just with like the flowy clothes that a lot of the race have, that's like just a thing that's in my head where I'm like, where would that flowing work well? It's just like a performance. So I'm just gonna write it down. Okay, we will just have down here in parentheses dance theater until I can figure out if there's an actual name for that. Shortly away, nichts wird passieren. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. It's fine. Yeah, no, but it's just that's just also a bit. I don't. Okay, so cooking is kind of out of the question with the race, unfortunately. I would like to have some semblance of music in here. What I'm thinking of specifically, I'm trying to figure out what I'm thinking of specifically. I just say that so hopefully it comes to mind before I have to admit that I don't actually have something in mind. I've been going a bit into like musical analysis and stuff, just like watching some things because I want to learn a bit more about music. And instruments are usually like separated into I don't know if I said everything from that sentence that I thought out loud. Musical instruments are separated into specific categories like brass instruments, wind instruments, string instruments. So I wonder what kind of musical instruments race would come to, and I'm kind of thinking more of I don't know why I'm not feeling drums. Like a lot of music around Earth has drums as like an integral part. But I kind of feel like race would maybe go more with like string and wind instruments. So I'm just going to write that down. String and wind instruments. Just I don't know. I'm thinking of like I'm kind of thinking of like the whole organic nature of race. So, and I don't know, string and wind instruments seem organic to me. I don't know. Actually, I keep thinking about race resting, like in piles. Which is very weird. I just write that down here. Race resting in piles. Because they don't have to sleep. Right? They don't have to sleep. They can sleep. They don't have to sleep. So maybe they sometimes just have to rest. Like I'm pretty sure we have seen that with the race that were like kept prisoners. That they would just kind of sit there and like rest. Which I think is good because every bigger organism that walks around kind of has to rest at some point. So, and like in that direction, like horses, for example, they don't lie down that often to sleep. They sleep while they're standing. So I guess this kind of like lighter sleep, lighter rest might be a good thing to include. And I really want to actually another thing. Now that my mod is not here, so I can't spoil. Retrovirus. I want to keep the retrovirus in, but I don't want the whole Michael thing because I think that's stupid, and I'm pretty sure that was the downfall of Stargate Atlantis. It would have been fine if he would have died immediately and not been alive for 2 more seasons. So I want to keep the retrovirus, but Beckett and Keller fail. It's fine that they try, but I want them to realize that they can't do it. Also, I have to talk about this. I find it so stupid that we had the same plotline twice. With two completely different races who never met each other, of which one was like 17 or something, and the other one is over 10,000 years old. I don't understand it, because both of them decided that, like, oh, retrovirus, that sounds cool if I don't have to feed anymore. They both took the unfinished retrovirus, gave it to themselves, and well, at least it was exactly around the 1 hour mark, so I know when I have to cut it out. Apparently I'm not allowed to criticize the show, because every time I have done that, the connection has been gone. I hope the chat is fine. Wait, let me actualize that real quick, just so we have that cleared and stuff. No, okay, everything's fine, everything's fine. Also, I just realized there are like a lot of characters that. So this is like season 1, basically. Oh, you can't even see. You can't see my mouse. Why can you not see my mouse? Oh, you can. I just have to be on. Okay. So, this here, the upper part here, that's basically the season 1 cast. And this is like people that will come in later. And what I will actually do now is I want season 1. And I will just copy that down. Then we can do 5, 4, 3, 2. What I want to do is I would just want to write like little summaries of what happens, because I find it still so bothersome that Atlantis was only isolated from the Milky Way for 1 season. Because that immediately destroyed all possible prospects of the expedition having to survive on their own and having to rely on, in quotation marks, local resources. With local, I mean in the same galaxy. So what I would like to do is just write little summaries. A New Home is a nice title, isn't it? A new home and a new enemy. It's nice, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to summarize this. Atlantis expedition is formed. That's not the right word, but we're going to use it. And break on is not right. I'm translating from German. What's the begin their journey also isn't really right, because they literally just go through the gate. So and that Atlantis expedition is formed and goes to Atlantis. No, this will just be bad. I have to start somewhere, kids. Oh, my chat wasn't connected. That's beautiful. Reconnect. Reconnect. Thank you. I just... It could be that the internet was actually... No. Okay. It's fine. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, Atlantis expedition is formed and goes to Atlantis. They wake the race. Wraith. find the Athosians, which I feel also I'm spelling wrong. Oh, I did spell race wrong. Thank you, Google. Very appreciated. Atlantis expedition is formed, goes to Atlantis, direct the race, find the Athosians, find and help the Athosians after they cause some trouble. They have to fix the city after all the flooding and get used to their new life. And I do want Genii. I hope that's how they're spelled. I put a question mark here. Genii are the main villains of this season while they get acquainted with the race. There's a typo up here. Genii are the main villains while we get further introduced to the Wraith. Because it would also, regarding the whole culture thing, it would also kind of make sense that on the hive ships, that they don't have that much cultural stuff, or at least not when they have like visitors, I guess. But especially with Todd, it would be interesting if Todd like very slowly. Oh, I forgot someone I want to include. Wait, I get that in a moment. It would be very interesting if Todd would like slowly drop things, specifically in conversations with Shepard, about like the culture, for example. Like if he like the first few times that they meet, he has like just this long open hair, and then like at some point it's like done well in braids and stuff, and there's like, oh, what happened to you? Just like he got status. Actually, let me go back to the characters. I forgot someone. So these are what I want to keep from canon is this thing. I can't really. Hello, break time. Interesting. Only 6 minutes late. We're getting better. Okay. I can't write him in here. I have to go down here. So that's idea number 1. Idea number 1. That's how I'm gonna do this here. Idea number 1 is that Daniel. Oh, wait. I can do this. Dr. Daniel Jackson actually goes with the expedition. Which I know okay, so the thing is, it's very stupid of me to do a Stargate Atlantis rewrite while I know that I would not keep SG-1 the same. But if I would do an SG-1 rewrite, I would take out the entire Ori stuff, because that, honestly, let's be honest, that was just because they got rid of all the goals and were like, we got renewed for 2 seasons, we have to do something. And the other thing is that without the Ori threat, O'Neill keeping Jackson on Earth is kind of selfish, to be honest, because Daniel's life's work is completely like in the beginning of the show, his life's work was like, hey, the pyramids are landing stations for aliens, which was proven right in the show. I want to repeat it, in the show. But later on, it very much became like figuring out what the fuck the ancients did in their lifetime and where they like fucked up the most part. And then later on, it definitely became Atlantis. So the denying him to go with the expedition when he at the time was the only one who understood ancient properly. And it's literally his life's work is so stupid because even it took Weir like one entire season to learn ancient, to translate it with Dr. Jackson's notes, and multiple hours of work. So I think it's very questionable to not let him go with them. And I also know that like a lot of fans expressed their disappointment that he wasn't in Atlantis more. So I would just like from the very get-go have him in there. Because another thing that like slightly bothers me is how much SG1 and Atlantis overlap. I would take a more linear approach to that. So I would just like to have him with the expedition. I don't want him as like I don't want him in a team. I don't want him going out on missions with like Shepard's team, for example, or with like a new team or whatever. I would prefer him to stay in Atlantis. Like he's always there, but we don't always see him. That kind of approach. I think that would work well with him, especially when he's the only one who can really speak ancient and in turn should probably be there to translate the database and stuff. So I do want to go with that approach. So I really want Daniel in there. Also because, I don't know, I think it would be interesting. Especially also his perspective on the, like, we never got his perspective on the race. Really. It's like, yeah, race bad, but he usually has such a good understanding of different cultures and life forms that it's kind of unfortunate that we never got him to like sit down and be like, hey, I know the race are bad, but what if we could like come to like a mutual agreement? Ups, war länger weg als ich wollte und siehst du, nichts passiert. Die Verbindung ist komplett abgebrochen. Was heißt hier, nichts ist passiert? Lügen. Lügen, sag ich da. Anyway, that's my first idea. And my second... Actually, I have been... Okay. Okay, let's go back to the race reproduction thing. Because for some reason, I keep thinking the thought with, like, a small race, be that his own or one of, like, I don't know, another race that, like, where the queen died and the biological father died, and now there's just this little race that needs someone to take care of him, and Todd was like, okay, fine, I'll take it, whatever. I think that could be interesting, especially if I keep Tauren in, because then we could have these direct parallels between Taylor and Todd, which could be really interesting, of having both of them taking care of like a smaller version of their people, and especially maybe even having them be friends if there comes like an actual agreement between those two, between the humans and the race, if there's like a mutual well-established thing where it's like this is how we can live in harmony. Which, like, the thing with the race is no matter how I turn it, I will have to pull up the discussion of when is a person allowed to decide when their life is over, which is a really difficult conversation, I'm aware. But this is also fictional. So I know that's difficult and I have to be a bit careful with that, but it's also, I think, an interesting conversation. And there's also like this other thing of like everyone in age especially should... The thing is, I'm generally more on the side of like everyone should decide for themselves. So there's this question of like how could race and humans live together, because there's like this whole other thing of if race heal the sick and injured, would there be people who would be willing to give up their life years to a race? That's like a whole other thing. That's a kind of worms I now unfortunately opened, which I have to take responsibility for. But it's just like I'm just putting it out there. That's like a whole thing. So that's like one option for like the race and harmony living thing. The other option would be to make up some nonsense about something that could feed the race, which is not human, or which is not even like an animal or something. My first thought to that would be a plant. I've like played around with that idea, but I'm not sure if I liked it very much, because one thing that bothers me so much about the whole retrovirus thing is that they are, and like Todd rightfully questioned that when the discussion came up about what are the rays if they can't feed. What are the rays when their defining feature is erased? Eh? So that there's certainly the question of like where's the balance? And there I do have to bring in Epic, because when I thought about it, I was like, okay, when does a man become a monster? When do the humans who are trying to erase the defining feature of the race become worse monsters than the race themselves, who are just like existing and acting on their instincts? At what point is the man the monster? That's the true question. So I don't know how to do this. I would like to just go with my everyone decides for themselves approach, but that then also depends on Are we back? I hope so. I should actualize the chat, because we know that it breaks when it disconnects. I don't think my chat is connected, honestly. Okay, the chat is connected. I can't read that because it's not in my chat. Die Musik passt perfekt. Ja, die Musik passt perfekt. Die Musik ist the fucking French. Let me try. Hello, Koi. Ask Koi. Hello. Okay, okay, I can only see my messages in my chat, which is terrible. Actually, I think it will get itself together. I just have to be a bit more there for reading, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. It happens. I think that's a little sign for me to not do this for too long. So I think I'll do a hard cap at 1 p.m. Very simply, just because. And yeah. Let me the music is a lot. I'll just pull that down a little bit. So I will just continue writing down random ideas, because that's just kind of how this works partially. Like for example, Todd having a small race with him. Either he's biologically or not. Those are like options. Also, I just realized if I don't look over myself, I don't see the messages in the chat. Oh, no, my chat is not connected. Hello. Reconnect, please. Thank you. It's connecting. Okay, I'm back. Ask boy. Hello again? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back in chat. If there was something that I missed just now, I didn't see it. Please resend that. Either his biological or not. Okay, yeah, that's finished. So that's like later on, like a season. That's like a no, that's wrong. Hello, where's the? That's like a season 4 of 5 idea. Okay, okay. It's online indeed. Alright, we're all online, everything's fine. This is Oh, actually, what I also want to do, I want to keep the, no, I destroy everything again. Okay, no, I want to keep the season 1 final, but as a season 2 or 3 final. I would kinda prefer to keep, okay, how do I say this? I want the Daedalus to come in later. Just so Atlantis has to figure out how they work for a bit longer alone. And I would really like to have that right smack dab in the middle, but having the giant fight at that time could be kinda bad. So I don't know if I should move the season 1 final into the middle of season 3, even though it could work. Because the season 1 final is also so long, so I'm not sure. I also kind of have to recheck, like, what... Because, like, there's so many plot points of Stargate Atlantis where I'm like, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. The only thing I really want to keep are the Guinea. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, I guess. So how... Also, I just realized I can't keep one of my favorite episodes because one of the characters isn't here. I don't want to keep her here, so... Like, Trio is one of my favorite episodes, but I can't do that because Carter's not here, and I don't think I want to. I want her here. I don't think she really fits in here, especially if I keep Daniel, so... Slight issue. Very slight. I do want to keep the first three episodes because I really like the third episode after the pilot. So I think that could make sense. Okay, wait, Atlantis food sources. I'm jumping from one to the other because that's how my brain works. Food sources. The other problem is, where do we get CPMs from? That's like another big issue that we have. Also, I'm not sure if I want to keep the... There are so many things where I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep that. Like all the alternate timeline stuff, I'm not 100% sure about. I do... Wait, where are the characters? Here. Okay, wait. I do want to keep Dr. Jennifer Keller from... So these are all people that actually would come in... Introduction... in second half of season 3 or season 4. Because... that's when the Daedalus would come in. So if... Okay, wait, I'm going to risk to reconnect the tablet and actually check how the season 1 final works, because I forgot. So I should probably check that, because I'm not 100% sure right now. If the connection drops now, it's me. It's all my fault. Okay, wait. Let me check the episodes. The episodes. Actually, I still have a text thing on the scene where I thought about writing in what I'm doing when I'm doing something on the tablet, but because I just want to check the season 1 final, which is also the season 2 opener I want to add. Oh, it's only 3 parts. Okay. Enjoy the music while I try to figure out what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna admit, the season 1 final... it's a very bad season 1 final because it's too bad. No, it's not. Okay, the season 1 final is too bad for season 1, but it's also too good. It's a good final, but it's bad for season 1. It's me, it's all my fault. Error. Klippen und zu jedem Problem der Welt einfügen. Sure. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to separate the seasons into... No, I'm not going to do that now. I will separate the seasons into 5 parts. Like this. Like start of the season. 2 episodes. Because I like it when... Oh, I destroyed everything. 2 episodes. Episode there. Danke. Then we have like the first middle, which will be everything between this and the other part. Then we have the middle, which should have an important event. Or what we could even do, because so usually shows have a double episode at the beginning of a season and at the end of a season. Some shows have double episodes in the middle of a season instead of the start and the beginning. Some shows have 2 double episodes per season, but then 1 at like the start, 1 in the middle, or 1 in the middle and 1 at the end. So I think we should go with a varying option for this, because I really like, because like the Storm double episode in season 1, I want to keep that exactly where it is, because that makes sense. And it even makes sense with Common Ground later. I'm pretty sure. I should check actually. I wanted to see what Common Ground does. And what the build up to it is. Now I just have to remember in which season it is and where it is. Hello? Oh. There. Honestly, Common Ground can be put anywhere after the Storm. So I think it's okay to take it as like the season 1 final, because it's like a very good introduction to Todd. So it's the introduction to Todd. It's, yeah, okay. So I do want to keep that. So the season 1 final will probably only be 1 episode, which means that if we do this varying thing, we could very much go with a structure of season 1 having a double episode in the beginning and then a double episode in the middle. And season 2 having an opening double episode and an ending double episode. And then season 3 getting this 3-parter fight from season 1. From the season 1 final in the middle. So I think that's the approach I would like to go with. Because season 3, like having half of the show without contact to Earth and having half of the show with minor contact to Earth could work. I'm not sure if I want to keep the gate bridge, honestly. Like, I understand why it was there, but I'm not sure if I want that. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. So, oh, I punched the microphone. Hello. Instead, what I would like to do is move season. Oh, no, it's doing the thing again. Stop it. Move the season 1 final. Ab jetzt bin ich wieder da. Rechner ist spontan neu gestartet. Oh, das kenne ich mit dem Handy. Das macht nichts. Ja, passt schon. Solange du kein Bluescreen hattest. Move the season 1 final to season 3 middle. Plus that. Wait, how do you. Daedalus? That's not written right. How do you spell Daedalus? Daedalus? No. Wait, it's in the episode description. Hold up. I can just see it as it was intended. Where is it? I lost the season. There. Wait. Daedalus. Plus Daedalus introduction. Woo! Okay. Nope. Okay. So, move to season 1 final to season 3 middle. Hello. I'm not sure what I want to do with the... What, with the other... Because the other problem as well now is because I took out so much of the main plot points, I'm not sure what the... Because the season finals are so dependent on all the plot points that I removed, so I can't keep them. They just won't happen. So instead I have to figure out something else that I'm gonna do with some of the episodes, like with the I don't also I just realized okay, wait, I have to figure something out. Okay, wait, what I have to add notes. How I'm going to add notes? I will do this. Oh, now it's not doing the thing when I want it. Thank you. No, we're not doing that. I have to figure out a structure thing. What is the structure thing that I'm going to do? That works. Okay, season 1 opens with double episode in the middle, single episode final. Okay, I can nope, I can work with that. That should makes sense. Opens with double episode. Closes with double episode. Don't ask me what we're gonna do in the middle. That's a problem for later. Season 3 is going to... Maybe season 3 won't even open with a double episode. Let's think about this. Because the season 1 final is 3 episodes long. So I think opens with single episode. So that still says the wrong season. Hello. Three-parter season 1 final in the middle, and then oh, I'm not I feel like I keep destroying things, but then I look at there's nothing. Closes with single episode. That would make sense. Like, mind you, I basically removed everything after season 1 that doesn't have to do with Todd. On regards of, like, main plot stuff. So, there's a lot of open space that I can't use right now because I don't have ideas. I think season 4 I would like this again, and then with season 5, like, I need more time to think about it. Because season 5 right now is like a big question mark. This is all season one. I don't know where I want the retrovirus. Wait, when was the... That's actually a great question. Thank you. When was the retrovirus stuff? Hold up, I'm checking. It's season 2. Which would probably be okay. But now I'm also thinking about like how, like, okay, let me think for a moment. The thing is, I'm probably going. I don't know if I will stream this more times, but I see I have to look back on how good the stream was. Besides the connection issues, what did I want to say? I will probably keep working on this off stream because this is just something that I like to do in my free time. But I might still occasionally stream it. I will have to see. I haven't decided yet. But what did I want to say? I forgot my thought. I will keep working on this one way or another. Probably, maybe. But like, there's so much because like, especially with like, for example, with Miraculous, that was loud. I was able to keep a lot of stuff and like change some stuff, and I only really had to fill out one season. And here I don't like so many things that now I have too much space to fill up. Because I'm also more of the belief that like every episode should help push the show towards the final. And I don't think Atlantis, I don't think Stargate ever really does that, especially when there's literally like a list of the episodes that are like plot important and a list of the episodes that are not plot important. Like all the episodes that you could technically skip and you would not miss anything of the plot. Maybe a bit of character development goes lost, but that's like whatever that happens. So just, I don't know. That's the problem with Miraculous and Voltron. There was like a clear goal that was at the end of the entire thing. With Miraculous, it's like, okay, when we defeat Hawkmoth, everything's going to be okay. And with Voltron, it was, okay, when we defeat... Zarkon was his name. I remembered, I forgot it. When Zarkon is defeated, everything's fine. Then, like, I personally added on, like, 2 more seasons to, like, rebuild the Gyra in a way that they are not the conquerors of the entire universe. So, here it's a lot more difficult because there's not an official goal, and the goal of killing all the race is like not an option. But also I'm also kind of against removing the race aspect from the race. Because there's like potential, which is like, oh my god, that's a completely a different thing that I completely forgot to talk about. The race have so much potential to be actually in a, how do I say this? In a healthy religious relationship with humans. Which I now probably have to explain. But like, considering that the race have the ability to give life and like heal the sick, heal the injured, there is a very real possibility, which I'm so sad was never utilized besides, oh yeah, the race have human slaves that they like brainwashed. That there was never a planet where there were like a handful of race who would be offered life voluntarily by some people who, and that life would then be used for the race to like sustain themselves and heal the sick and injured. And that it would be like a symbiotic relationship. That's what I was looking for. Which could technically kind of be the goal, even if you have race who are against that. The music just said party. That's a good idea. That would be like the cleanest solution, I guess. Even if then there are races that like would ignore that, and maybe there would be humans who would say, I don't want that, which is fine. But if there is enough race and humans in that kind of symbiotic relationship, maybe it could work. I know that's like kind of a very odd idea, but I'm like, that is like the cleanest solution I can come up with, which is obviously very controversial, but it's fictional, so I could just do that. Also, I'm seeing it's almost 1, so I have to like make up my mind. I do think I will slowly end, and I will have to see how I will continue this. But the problem is, without having a goal, it's very hard to path a way to the goal, which is kind of the entire sense of everything between season 1 and season 5. Like, season 2, 3, and 4 are the entire path between the beginning and the end. And I don't have anything for the end besides a very, very difficult idea. Which I still kinda like. And I would just like to argue that it's my personal idea. This is fictional. I'm doing this for fun. It's the best idea I can come up with, and it's something that I would like to develop. I could do that. Or I could be concerned about what people think. I don't know. I guess I will think about it. I will try to come up with something else, but I'm not sure if I can. So it's a bit unfortunate. I will write down some reproduction notes. Not details. We're not going to go into details. No. But what I can write down is that and the male wraith takes care of the youngling. Just go with youngling. I know that's not the right term, but it works. Just because the queens are busy. The queens are busy. Okay. No, because it's like, okay, no, the other thing is like also where. So, okay, personally, I said I wouldn't go into details. I'm not going into direct details. I kind of have in mind that they are not live birthers, but instead they lay an egg. Which now I'm way too fine to it, but it like in regards to like the whole bug thing, I think it would make the most sense to like keep it different than humans, but still close enough, because bugs usually like lay like a few hundred eggs, I'm pretty sure, on a minimum. So having a race lay an egg, but just one, would maybe be a good compromise between mammal reproduction and insect reproduction. Can I phrase it like that? I hope so. Twitch, please don't bonk me. So I will kind of keep that in mind and see if I can come to something else. But because like we have to keep in mind, rays are a combination of a bug and a mammal. So the characteristics have to merge somewhere, and there has to be a balance with it. And like the good thing is both are social. We know that both are social, so the rays also have to be social. It doesn't make sense that they are solitary if the bugs and the humans are social animals. We know that they live in cold, dark, wet places, which is more insect-like. And so, like, there's, like, a certain aspect of humanness that is, like, still missing in that. The rays are, like, very not worked out. In, like, an official sense. Even if, like, even... I know I won't mention it because that crashed internet last time. Even though there are official things about the rays, which I have not read yet, because I don't think I will. I'm not even sure if I can get my hands on them because I saw that like some things were only sold in the US, so difficult. But there's still like a certain amount of things here which I would also just, because the other thing is, even if I knew. Even if I read the comics, even if I read the novels, books, whatever, I don't think I would keep that in mind when doing my stuff, because with the rewrites, I'm willing to completely disregard canon stuff if it makes the story better in my eyes. So I think I will go generally more with that approach. And I don't know why pottery just came to mind with the culture thing. I mean, there's also this whole other thing that the ships are organic, which is like a whole other kind of words, which I can surely pull up another time. But like, that also offers so many options, and that's also another thing that I would like to keep in mind with Atlantis. Like, is it sentient? Yep, there's a T missing. Sentient. Is it sentient? Yes. Because in a lot of fan fictions, Atlantis is often depicted as sentient to a certain extent, or at least having an idea of being sentient in relation to Shepard. And that's an idea I like, and I think it would also make sense for the people that do have the ancient gene, that Atlantis maybe feels more like a presence than just a city. And I'm considering an hologram, a hologram humanoid interface. Maybe, like wait, okay, only with all three ZPMs. That would be another idea that I have, that if they do get their hands on 3 fully loaded ZPMs, that would be enough to bring out an actual interface that they can interact with. Which might be good, but there would still be a lot of questions with that. I'm not sure about it. I think what I have to do is I have to read back into the cultures and people and beings that are in the Pegasus galaxy, and I have to figure out where it ends. Because if you don't know where it ends, it's very difficult to work towards, which is why so many shows fail. Which is also the reason why Gravity Falls is so good, because Gravity Falls was like, alright, 2 seasons. That's all. And they did that. And then some shows maybe save themselves when they start without a set run, but with an end in mind, so that when they are told like, hey, you only have 1 season left, that they can put in the end. Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe Manifest kinda did that. But Manifest is also kinda debatable. But Manifest also played around a lot with like looking into the future and prophecies and stuff, so that's, they kinda had to know where they wanted to end. Where am I trying to go with this? I don't know. I'll see what I'm gonna do with this. I had some fun. I think it's fun to keep talking continuously while I do this. And like otherwise I would just be sitting here in silence and still do this. So I think about it. The other thing as well is that like starting a rewrite and writing a rewrite and like going like through the scenes step by step and being like, hey, we are here, this character is doing this and they are talking about this thing. That's like a way later step in a rewrite, because first you have to sit down and figure out the ideas. And actually I remembered why I stopped my Voltron rewrite. It was actually because I was rewatching the show, and after like season 2, 3, or 4 or something, I don't even remember, because I was keeping like live notes as I was watching it. As like I didn't continue it because I watched the show and I was like, this is so bad, I need a break, and that break has been going on for a year. So at least, maybe 2. I don't even remember when I watched the show. So, what am I trying to say? If you want to rewrite a show, it's good to know what you're working with, but if you know that at a certain point it's not good anymore, maybe don't watch beyond that. Just don't do it. With me, you know, with Stargate Atlantis, it was like I didn't like the series final, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rewrite it, because why not? I can do better. And then I realized how much I was going to take out, and now I'm just stuck here. We'll see what this does. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Okay. What did I want to say? I'll stream again on Saturday if the internet works. That would be nice. Lovely Werbebot. Yes. Very lovely. Not lovely. Not lovely. Actually, I should say that. I don't need viewers. I need ideas for the end of Stargate Atlantis. It's completely different. Okay. What do I want to say? I have to change the song of the week. That's important. Even though I still don't. Maybe I'll just put in the playlist of Epic the Musical. Who knows? No one can stop me. Anyway, I can change the rules how I want. So I take care of that. And then next Saturday I stream Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth again. I'll see if I want to keep doing this, which we did today. Even though it's not as... How do I say this? It's not as inviting as games are, probably. But it is still an aspect which I like doing. So maybe it's okay. Wait, let me alles vorbereiten. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if I have much more to talk about. I'll keep working on this offline, I think, as well. When I like can't really do much other things, which right now is happening quite a lot. So I'll figure that out, and when I maybe have a better idea of what I have to do, we could go into more of that. I just realized I forgot to write down some ideas specifically related to Shepard, so I would like to go back to workroom. No, where are the ideas? Here are the ideas. I would like to go back to the ideas and write in idea number 3, which is actually idea number 1, but who cares? I would like to explore Shepard's family relations, because we only got the info that he doesn't get along with his brother, he didn't have a good relationship with his father, and that his mother's dead. That's like all the info that we have, and I think it would be really nice to get something where Shepard's mother is introduced or he talks about her, because I feel like his mother was a good parent to him. But his father wasn't, and that kind of negated the effects. But there's like something. How to say it? Shepard opens up throughout the course of the of the series, but I think there was more potential there. So I think that should be a thing. Get his mother in somehow. I think that's a good note. Okay. I just keep doing stuff because the other thing with this rewrites is like that it takes like months to get somewhere and that you just kind of have to write things down as they come to you. So I don't know. I see what I can do. I see what I can do with this. Maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But one way or another, the next stream will be on Saturday. I don't think I will be able to stream in the middle of the week this week. So... Sarah sagt, stimmt, Rewrite geht lang, so lerne ich sie kennen. And this is longer than Miraculous, by the way. This is 5 seasons. Miraculous was 4, and I don't know how many episodes I would like in this. Probably 22, but I'm not sure. Wait, how much? Would 22 be 100 episodes? Let me check. Let me get the calculator out, because I cannot do this in my head. Because when I do this in my head, then I will stop talking. 100 seasons. No! That's Miraculous's goal. I don't want to compete with that. When 22 by 5. Okay, it's 110. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense suddenly, doesn't it? So we could have a 100 episode, like, anniversary thing. And I'm still considering including, like... Because Stargate, for some reason, never included holidays. And I still... The music is very quiet again. In SG1... No, in Atlantis, I get that including holidays might be difficult with all the different people from all the different countries and cultures and whatnot. But in SG1, they easily could have had, like, at least one Christmas episode. Okay? Like, a Halloween episode. Anything. But they didn't, and I still don't understand why. So, having some holiday episodes might be good. Even with the different cultures. Like, maybe not necessarily having them be a main part, but just like mentioning, like, especially with Taylor and Ronan, it's like really, really easy to introduce holidays if they don't know, like, for example, Ramadan, which I'm like vaguely familiar with. That could be like a legitimate thing that is like mentioned on the side and explained to them, which could also like introduce people who don't know much about holidays from other areas to these holidays. Like, there are options to that, but I don't know. I figure something out, I guess. Now that I have a dog, I can write down ideas and then I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. We'll see. We'll see. But for now, thank you for being here. I will now move over to the ending screen. I will end the stream and then I will take a break, which I need. So, have fun. And I don't know if we'll be back with this. Probably. I just don't know when. So, thank you for being here. There's all my stuff. I will actually now try to be more active on socials. So, for now, I will just post like a bunch of art that's like partially a year old. But that's okay. It's fine. At least I'm posting stuff. That's my only goal. So, over to the ending screen we go. Thank you for being here. We might be back. I don't know when, but we will be. Eventually. Yay. Have a nice day.